Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for the very best in college football analysis, discussion, and debate. We have talked to several recruits heading into 2019, and we've got Quinton Torbor from Destehan, Louisiana, on the line, a top 50 receiver according to ESPN's top 300. Quinton, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, man.
Appreciate you jumping on board and talking to us today. You have made your commit to Mississippi State. That was on April 4th, so about 2 months ago or so. Why Mississippi State? Obviously, a program that has been solid the last few years, but had a coaching change at the head coaching spot just recently. But your thoughts about Mississippi State?
Mississippi State, my junior year, like last year, I didn't know much about them. You know, when they offered me, they wanted to get me out there quick. That was like one of the first schools that wanted to get me out there as soon as they offered me. I got out there. The new coaching staff, Coach Moorhead and all of them, they treated us like family. The Bulldog atmosphere was just great. You know, it wasn't like a lot of colleges I have been to, because, you know, I've been to like 3 other colleges, couple, but Mississippi State, they just set themselves apart from everybody else, coaching wise, what the program has going on school wise, and you know, we just felt comfortable going out there, and I liked all the good things that they have on the way.
You plan to get yourself a cowbell?
I heard that I can't get myself a cowbell. I have to be given a cowbell, so you know, I'm waiting on that.
Oh, is that part of the deal in terms of how you perform in August camp, something like that? Is that what you have to do?
I'm not sure. But they said
I'm sure you'll find that out. It doesn't sound like a huge priority, but that's interesting that you get to earn your cowbell there at Mississippi State, a program that I covered for about 5 or 6 years there in Starkville. So you mentioned Coach Moorhead and his staff, and so I'm curious about whether Dan Mullen and his staff, before he left for Florida, was recruiting you, and if there was some kind of transition there, or if you first heard from Mississippi State from Coach Moorhead's staff.
I first heard from Mississippi State with Coach Moorhead's staff. Dan Mullen and them, they didn't really contact me. They had like this one recruiter that would text me like on and off and stuff like that.
So I'm sure this was your first trip to Starkville. Just your thoughts about the campus, the surroundings, the people that you met. You obviously were impressed with Mississippi State, in addition to the football.
Yeah. I didn't think the campus was that big, you know. It blew my mind when I got out here. I was like, man, this is Mississippi State. And, you know, they don't sound how they look.
Yeah, so I'm sure you hear a ton about LSU based on where you grew up.
Yeah.
But of course, Mississippi State won that game 37-7 last year, so you got some bragging rights as it stands right now. The Bulldogs have to come to Death Valley this coming season, but man, they look really serious this year. Of course, you've got another year of high school football. Do you plan on taking any more official visits?
I'm not sure yet, you know. Probably not, but, you know, I don't know.
Quinton Torbor joining us, a top 50 wide receiver according to ESPN from Destrehan, Louisiana. Catch his highlights on Huddle and obviously the composite on 247 Sports and Rivals if you want to learn more about Quinton. But let's talk about your game right now. So you had 11 offers, contacts with a number of schools. Anytime somebody gets interest from and a commit to an SEC team, and not just an SEC team, but one that goes to bowl games every year, that's very impressive. So what have the coaches and scouts told you about why they went after you, why they pursued you? What about your game really stands out?
They like the fact that I'm a physical wide receiver, in between, not too short, not too tall. I could make plays with the ball in my hand after the catch. I'm not just a possession wide receiver, and I'm versatile. They can move me from the outside to the inside, and I even got some film at me playing running back. So, you know, I'm versatile when it comes to using me on the offensive side of the ball.
So at the top of your Twitter feed, the pinned tweet, I see the power clean. How's that going? I think that was from a couple months ago. So you're obviously working hard to get better.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the next max day. You know, my goal is to get pass John up. You know, we've been going at it since freshman year. Numbers in the weight room.
So we talked about your game, Quinton, and what the coaches say about what you bring to the table, but what would you like to work on to get even better?
Become consistent week in and week out. Learn to read defenses a little better so I can make it easier on myself. You know, um, yeah, play smarter, not harder. You know.
Quinton Torbor joining us, top 50 wide receiver according to ESPN, ranked by all the major services, has made his commitment to Mississippi State on April 4th. You guys play some serious football there in Louisiana. It's one of the top football playing states in the nation. Any guys either on your team or guys in your conference that you see a lot that you know that are moving on to the next level? Just anybody maybe on the Mississippi State currently, the roster currently, or anybody headed that way to Starkville that you know of?
They got a couple people that I know that signed to Mississippi State in the class 18, and also I played against that are Mississippi. They're like going on to their second year, third year. I know they got enrollees Aaron Brule and Sean Preston. I played Sean Preston during the summer for 7-on-7. We play St. James all the time. I never played against Aaron Brule, but I know of him. Yeah. And
so, how's the high school team look this fall?
Oh man, we're gonna be great. It's gonna be a great year. You know, full of power, full of a bunch of weapons, offense and defensive wise.
How'd you guys do last year?
We got out the round before the semifinals. You know, we were 2 games away from going to the dome.
All right, we got Quinton Torbor on the line from Destrehan, Louisiana, top 50 wide receiver according to ESPN, ranked by all the major services, and has made his commitment to Mississippi State. Quinton, it sounds like you made a great decision. You thought about all your factors. You got there to campus and enjoyed the coaching staff and all the people in campus. So from a football standpoint and from a complete life perspective, it sounds like you've made a great decision. And obviously the Mississippi State program is headed in the right direction. Quinton, we appreciate you taking time. All the best to you in your football career.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for having me.